You've been known for a lot of intense, layered characters.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
We warned.
That's cool.
We warned you.
Whatever. Oh, okay.
I thought he was serious.
Thanks for coming in today. I'm a huge fan of the movie. It's incredible. James Vanderbilt, dare I say, I think your best film yet.
Oh, thank you.
It's really, really well done. I think it's timely. So can you talk about why you decided to do this film at this point in your career?
I mean, I first read the story about this 13 years ago. Jack L. High had written an article that he was using as a book proposal to try and write this book called The Nazi and the Psychiatrist, and it was the fastest I'd said yes to anything. I thought the idea, well, I didn't even know, you know, Rami plays a U.S. Army psychiatrist who's called in to evaluate the surviving Nazi high command at the end of World War II to see if they can be put on trial for their crimes. And I thought it was such a fascinating way into a story like this and an exploration of what is the nature of evil. And as the film goes on, you know, Rami and Russell Crowe, who are playing, who plays Hermann Goering, engage in this sort of psychological battle of wits of two guys who are trying to get one up on the other. But they end up also developing a really interesting relationship. And I just was so, I'm a writer first, so I just fell in love with that story. And over the last 13 years have managed to finally get it out there with this incredible cast.
All right, awesome. Rami Malek, you've portrayed real life figures before. You even won an Academy Award for playing one. How did your process differ this time around versus Freddie Mercury or anyone else that you've played in the past?
I'd say the first time it was on a World War II miniseries that Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg produced called The Pacific. I played Mariel Shelton, Snafu, and I just delved into that with an enormous amount of curiosity, given the weight of it, the gravity, and I tend to gravitate to those stories. This is another one that I just felt like I could saturate myself into, and yeah, something I knew if we got right, not only would I be proud of, but it would stand the test of time, that we could all look back and say, hey, that not only did we get to make a film, we told a story that had to be told in a way that was so nuanced, specific, and enlightening and surprising. I mean, what you discover in this film is, I think, will be shocking in more ways than you expect it to be on a number of levels. So it had everything there. And with the ensemble that was assembled, it was this is a challenge. With these guys, you just have to shift into a higher gear. And I'd like to think that when I step on set, I'm at my best, and that it's just wasn't good enough here. You had to raise the bar, and each and every day, I think we all did that.
Sure. All right, awesome. Do you remember your basic training from the Pacific, or did you go back in?
I think I could still fire a 60mm mortar at range, yeah.
All right, we need some good method acting here to make sure we can do this. John Slattery, Mad Men Forever. How you doing?
Good. Thank you.
What parallels did you see between the complexities of, you know, what's going on today, and then the moral complexities that we face then versus now with the story?
I mean, I think it's relevant certainly now, but it isn't a history lesson. It's a thriller, and a very specific group of people set to a very specific assignment to put this regime on trial. The first international tribunal ever organized. The first time film footage was used as evidence to show the world what this regime perpetrated on the world. And I think the interesting part of it is, as Rami said, the human element, because we've all, at the end of this war, experienced the tragedy, the carnage, the damage of this war. It's readily evident, and putting your personal feelings aside and putting these men on trial as impartially as possible to allow the world to see what they've done.
Thank you. Richard E. Grant, Academy Award nominee, Richard E. Grant. You always bring elegance and depth to the role, to any role you take on. What attracted you to this character in particular, and why did you say yes to doing it? Tough.
Firstly, James Vanderbilt's extraordinary script and the cast that John Papsadera, the casting director, assembled around Rami and Russell Crowe playing Goering was absolutely extraordinary. The recreation of all sets by Eve Stewart, the production designer, down to the last millimeter of what that Nuremberg courtroom was extraordinary. And because all of the extras in the courtroom scenes that, part that I was involved in were Hungarians, many of whom had had first-hand experience of either their parents during the Nazi occupation and the subsequent communist occupation until they were liberated in 1990, meant that seeing somebody, in particular Goering, found guilty and made accountable for what he had done, had an electric impact on the people in that room, and that affected all of us. So you felt that you were kind of in the crucible of where that history of disenfranchisement took place. Sorry.
No, please. Thank you for answering. Michael Shannon, known as the troublemaker here. You've been known for a lot of intense, layered characters.
Never mind. Never mind.
We warned you.
That's cool.
We warned you.
Whatever. Okay.
I thought he was serious.
You did it. You
That's
did
how
it.
good of an
Acting.
actor he is.
It's the widow.
Shouldn't have brought that up.
Widow.
I've moderated conversations with this man before. I know he goes. No, you listen. You're known for intense, morally layered characters, playing Supreme Court justice, a future Supreme Court justice in this film. What drew you to this role, and how does it differ from anything else that you've done before?
Well, I was a really lousy student when I was a kid in school, and I didn't learn anything. But one of the perks of acting is that you actually learn so much more about history and the world than you did when you were sitting in some stupid classroom with some godforsaken textbook in front of you and some half-awake teacher mumbling under their breath. So to get inside of this history and try and recreate it and live it it's such a tremendous gift, an opportunity to learn more about not just history, but the world you live in, and to learn more about people. One of the things this film deals with is the idea, the concept of inherent evil, or people that are evil. And one of the things I love about the character I play, Robert Jackson, is he really understood that in order to deal with evil, you have to investigate it. You have to look at it, and you have to try to dissect why it exists and why it's manifesting through the person that it's manifesting through. And so that is a critically important skill for human beings to have. So it was a great honor, actually, to get to play this man who I consider to be a hero of the 20th century.
Yeah, you're magnificent in the film, by the way, and I don't want to give anything away.
Stop it.
It's- I want to say one of the
You're not
final
leaving now, are you?
This is where he stays. One of those final scenes of the movie, and people will see tonight. Pretty spectacular.
Oh, cool.
Well
Thank
done,
you.
sir.
Thank you.
All right, so let's talk badly about the people who aren't here. Russell Crowe and Leo Woodall, who are also very good in the movie, but they're not here to hear it, so we have to just talk about it. What did you guys witness on set by those two? Leo Woodall has one incredible scene that's one that got me to cry, and Russell Crowe, who knew he spoke German? I didn't know.
He worked really hard on that.
Did he not?
They
speak
both
before?
did.
No, neither of them spoke German. We cast Leo as a translator. and he didn't speak German. And he was upfront about it, don't get me wrong, but both of them worked incredibly hard to be able to do that and to pull that off. And, you know, I mean, Russell, I mean, he's Russell Crowe. I mean, he's just incredible, and he brings such a gravity and sort of a basso profundo element to everything he plays. And you know, Goering historically is very charismatic. You know, somebody once described him as the best dinner party guest you would ever have. And the idea of, for me, the idea of I really wanted to cast somebody who had that movie star quality, who could pull you in, who could seduce you, who could, you know, we talked a lot about Silence of the Lambs, that kind of, you know, that element of that energy that he has. And he came to play, man. He did all the research, he did all the work. I remember sitting at his house many times going over the trial transcripts. Mike, you were there a couple times. We did that, and literally just going through, because everything we do in the film is accurate. All of the court stuff is from the real transcripts. All of the footage we show in the film is the real footage. That was incredibly important to me. And Russell just dove into it with both feet. And Leo, here's the thing. When you work with a group of actors like this, you don't need to read them. You don't need to audition them. You know you're going to get incredible work. For that character, there's a scene late in the film. I was like, I can't not know that the person can do this scene. And so I had him read it and read it and read it, and he kept coming back, and he fought for the role, and he won it, and I couldn't be more proud of the work he does in the film.
So we have a no audition policy in James Vanderbilt movies?
No, I think these gentlemen's work speaks for themselves, and I think Leo's work definitely speaks for itself as well.
For sure.
And again, John Papsadera.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have that type of assistance.
Oh yeah.
And
Together.
that cool name.
And that great name.
Papsadera.
Yeah, I mean,
Papsadera's in from the coast.
Yeah.
coming off of Oppenheimer to this, I think the guy knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. He knows.
Look at his career. But I mean, Leo, I could see Russell and I had a scene at the very beginning, and the camera was on Russell for coverage, was on me. When it was on Russell, I found myself, captivated by what Russell was doing, as always. But I could tell that young man watching us. You could almost, if you were watching from an outside lens, you'd be like, he's not doing much. I could see how much he was feeling, how much work he had put into it.
Yeah.
And I knew I had a great partner in crime just in that very moment. Speak about Russell, what's fascinating about what Jamie did is, and Darius Wolski and Eve Stewart, is create an environment in those cells where usually on a set, we're removing walls to bring another camera in. It was a great concept from your perspective to keep everything as claustrophobic as possible.
We made a deal not to pull any walls.
No walls.
Yeah.
So those cells are, 10 by what?
13, I think? Yeah.
10 by 13. And so it's a claustrophobic feeling. It's suffocating. And when you go toe to toe with Russell in that environment, you just, I think you leave nothing on the table, right? It's you come fully prepared, and there were moments where we were inches away from each other, giving takes where we're yelling at one another, where we're slowly destroying one another, where we are appreciating one another in the most uncharacteristic way. So it's just flooded with so much. These guys are both complex and tortured, yet they still have souls, and they're still trying to identify one another. And that was a magnificent thing to be able to play off of Russell day in and day out.
Thank you. Just two last questions for you guys. This one's for Rami and John. And this age of reboots, we always want to know: would you ever reprise Elliot Anderson? Do you ever want to do Mad Men again? And would you ever consider playing Freddie Mercury again on a stage or any other version of Bohemian Rhapsody?
That one's for John.
I would.
John,
I would.
You
I would
would?
consider doing the
You would
musical
consider?
of
Yes.
Queen, the Queen story.
Yes.
I would consider it. It probably would be an unwise choice. As far as Mad Men goes, I think it was. it was a story well told. It was 10 years of our lives, and it was, it took, and that was the story that Matthew Weiner wanted to tell from 1960 to 1970, and I think he cast it well and produced the hell out of it, and so I think that's done, and I don't ever need to. I mean, I made great friends and great relationships, and it was just wonderful, the whole thing. I got to direct. It was wonderful. So I think that's finished.
Yeah. Oh,
John, you're more
Suitably
of a
finished.
John, you're more of a Roger Daltrey. I think.
Then Roger Sterling, yeah.
Roger Daltrey.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, John,
That's
quick
a-
follow-up. Any thoughts on the ending of And Just Like That? That just also ended.
Oh, yeah. I thought the same thing. I think I said that they should feel the same way. I mean, I saw Sarah Jessica recently, and I think she feels like it was time, and there's no shame in the story being finished, and they're proud of it and glad they did it, and life moves on.
Rami?
Oh, I thought that was so eloquent. It was a seminal moment in my life, and Sam and I are consider each other brothers. We're working on a film at the moment, a concept for something. So I'd never want to dilute in any way what we did, which feels quite, and it's indelible for me as a project that I stand by as feeling quite proud of. I mean, to say the least, and it affords you the ability to. I don't like looking back. That's a Freddie quote. No looking back, but gives you the opportunity to do this.
Yeah.
And there are many more stories to be told. And when I look back on my career, I just want to be proud of everything that I've done. Proud of that one, and extraordinarily proud of what we achieved on this film. And I'm very excited to share this with the world. We all are.
Richard and Michael, you both work with amazing directors, Mario Heller and Jeff Nichols. Do you have future joints with them that we need to look forward to? Because I want you to work with them forever.
Have been asked.
No? What about you, Michael?
Oh yeah, Jeff. Well, it's kind of mind-boggling. Jeff has a hard time getting money to make a film. This is a guy who's made six. I mean, I would say six. All of them at least excellent, if not magnificent, motion pictures. Can't get the money he needs. Now, granted, he's ambitious. He's always pushing. He doesn't want to just go make $1 million movie, but he shouldn't have to at this point in his career. But yeah, so I guess this is a GoFundMe kind of thing. If you would like to see another Jeff Nichols, Michael Shannon movie, please visit our GoFundMe page, and we'll make one for you.
You could do a stand-up show and raise the money for it, I think.
I would like to revisit Kangaroo
idea.
Jack. I'm still waiting for Anthony Anderson and Jerry O'Connell to sign off on it, but I've been wanting to revisit that character. I got that in my back pocket. So.
James, final question to you. What do you want audiences to take away from Nuremberg when they take it in tonight and see your new great film?
I mean, I think I just want them to have a really wonderful time. I think it's an exploration of the nature of evil. I think we built it as a thriller. We want it to be emotional and entertaining and riveting, and it's very weighty subject, but we try and do it in a very entertaining way. And the films that I grew up on that I love that are sort of historical thrillers like JFK and Apollo 13 and Glory, they were about really serious things, but they were so emotional and enjoyable to watch. And I think we worked really hard to try and build a piece that achieves all of those goals. So, and the last thing about it too is, the wonderful thing about what we get to do is we get to work together and make a piece of art, but then we put it out there into the world, and it's not up to us to what people take it away from it. It's up to them, and that's one of the things I love about this business.
You got my stamp of approval, if that means anything.
It means a lot, man. Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming in. Michael, how did I do? Are we okay? Are we best friends again? It has to be on the record.
I gotta sleep on it.
All right, thanks for coming in.
So it's so late.